Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys waste no time undoing Mike McCarthy's biggest OTA blunder. The Brian Schottenheimer era is off to a roaring start. While the new Dallas Cowboys head coach has not presided over a game yet, he has not put a foot wrong. The positive mojo has continued into the first week of organized team activities. Dak Prescott was shockingly a full participant in Tuesday's practice, and Schottenheimer impressed as far as experimenting with players in positions that accentuate their skill sets. That includes first-round pick Tyler Booker. Per Cowboys reporters on the scene in Dallas, Booker practiced with the first-team offense. That might not seem like a huge deal, but Mike McCarthy infamously put 2024 draft picks Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe with the second team to start OTAs this time last year. Cowboys' Brian Schottenheimer wastes no time correcting Mike McCarthy OTA mistake. While all rookies need a transition window, it made zero sense for McCarthy to slowplay Guyton and Beebe's insertion into the starting lineup. It was obvious when they were drafted that, barring injury, they would start at left tackle and center, respectively, in Week 1. Nothing was gained by McCarthy penciling Chuma Edoga and Brock Hoffman with the starters at the onset of OTAs. Continuity is the most important component to a successful offensive line, even more so than talent. Depriving an already in-transition unit from more reps together was a major roll of the dice by McCarthy. Sure enough, the offensive line looked out of sync, especially in the run game, for a chunk of the year. Booker will go up against Jalen Carter in Week 1 and Dexter Lawrence in Week 2. Those are two of the best defensive tackles in the game. Schottenheimer knows he can't mess around. The Cowboys' defensive tackles are nothing to write home about to begin with. How much would Booker gain by facing Jay Toye, Denzel Daxon, and Justin Rogers? The answer is very little. He was a first-round pick for a reason. Dallas expects him to start right away. Schottenheimer has preached being a physical offense. He knows the success of the offense starts in the trenches. While minimal contact is allowed during OTAs, Booker starting with the first team will allow him a head start in developing chemistry with the other four starters and understanding Dak Prescott's cadence and audibles. It is a small detail, but those matter, and Schotty nailed it. Cowboys' Jerry Jones sends clear message on Micah Parsons' contract. The Dallas Cowboys got Dak Prescott back on the practice field, and he will have an exciting pairing at wide receiver this season. But on the other side of the football, Jerry Jones sent a clear message about Micah Parsons' contract situation. Jones said it will be necessary to have a conversation with the discontented edge rusher. I haven't talked with him in about 4 or 5 weeks, and of course that'll be necessary if he's going to get a new contract, Jerry said. But he's got a contract. That's the point, be sure and clear about that. Seems like Jerry is playing a little Dallas hardball with his star player. It doesn't sound like Jones is willing to back up the money truck to Parsons' front door and unload the cash. Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons seeking more money. Parsons hasn't been dealing tough with the Cowboys. He showed up for voluntary OTAs, according to DallasCowboys.com. Everyone's got a different perspective, but, talking to Schotty, Brian Schottenheimer, and him, telling me how important it is for me to be there, and what he's trying to prove and show to the team, I just thought it was important, Parsons said about being at OTAs. 1. For me and my relationship with our new head coach. To understand where he's coming from and help him in any way I can to go on this run. Schotty showed up to my event, and Schotty's been around to try and build relationships. So I feel like we're at the point where if he asks her for me to come in for the leadership aspect, and to be around the guys, and show face, that's something I want to do for my coach. And Parsons said he wants to get a new deal done before training camp. It's extremely important, Parsons said. I mean, you really see a lot of players struggle when guys aren't participating in camp and they're getting off to slow starts. But, I don't want to get off to a slow start. I want to hit the ground running and establish ourselves in this league and get some wins early in the season, and be in rhythm. It's gonna be extremely important for me to get going and lead these guys. Parsons has played 4 NFL seasons and earned Pro Bowl honors every time. He has 52.5 career sacks in 63 career games. That's an impressive total. The Cowboys have built their defense around him, so it seems likely the team will strike a rich deal with the star before the 2025 season gets too close. Cowboys urged to sign $24 million free agent cornerback from AFC North. Right now, the top 3 cornerbacks on the roster for the Dallas Cowboys all have major injury issues which kept them out for extended periods of time last season. NFL All-Pro cornerback Trayvon Diggs is coming off his second ACL tear in 3 seasons and missed 6 games. NFL All-Pro Darren Bland missed 10 games with a stress fracture in his foot. Rookie Siobhan Revel is coming off an ACL tear at East Carolina in September 2024 that cost him the final 10 games of his college career. While those 3 might have as much talent as any group of cornerbacks in the NFL when healthy, the odds of all 3 being healthy at the same time seems increasingly remote. That's why Bleacher Report's Mo Moton thinks free agent Mike Hilton might be the solution for the Cowboys to add depth at the position. Despite his production as one of the league's top slot cornerbacks, Mike Hilton remains available, Moton wrote on May 21. At that position, he's an above-average cover defender, allowing a career 82 passer rating, and has recently been a consistent playmaker in run support, recording 12 tackles for loss in 2023 and 2024. Hilton turned 31 in March. Teams have shown they are hesitant to invest in older slot cornerbacks. However, the 8-year veteran hasn't shown any decline entering his 9th year. Hilton signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars as an undrafted free agent and was cut by the Jaguars in the preseason, then by the New England Patriots before spending the rest of the season with the Pittsburgh Steelers on the practice squad. Hilton became a key member of the Steelers' defense over the next 4 seasons, playing in 59 games with 20 starts and 7 interceptions. Hilton's career-high 3 interceptions in 2020 led to a 4-year, $24 million free agent contract with the Cincinnati Bengals, where he had 66 tackles, 8 TFL, 5 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, and 1 interception return for a touchdown in 2021 as the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl for the first time since the 1988 season.